And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Welcome back, my people. Welcome back to Fanboy Fridays. Fanboys, we hope your day today is worse than it was yesterday. And no doubt it is. LeBron James fanboys, I cannot emphasize to you enough just how big of a mistake this season has been for your false king. I cannot emphasize that enough. Like I said, I will keep repeating it, even though you probably will never get the message. But I will keep repeating it. Like this year, LeBron took it too far. This year, LeBron took it so far that a lot of people who have capped for him in the past are starting to turn. This year, he took it so far that on the daily, we are seeing people come out and say things about LeBron James that they would not have said even last year. And the latest being Ric Bucher. Now, I just did a video on Ric Bucher a few days ago. And, he was giving some brutal truth and asking you LeBron fans a question about how do you reconcile the things that LeBron does and still hold him in high esteem? Basically, that was the question. I didn't see any answers on my page, LeBron James fanboys. But this time, he is talking about LeBron and Unclutch Sports and saying, hey, why all this rewriting of the history? What is the point? And his thoughts behind that is that, hey, LeBron James knows his time is running out and he cannot catch the real GOAT. But if Ric Bucher was being completely honest, he knows that LeBron James can't catch Kobe Bryant. He can't catch Kareem. He can't catch Magic. He can't catch Bird. He can't catch Tim Duncan. In my eyes, he can't catch Hakeem Olajuwon. And when I say catch, I mean because of the way LeBron James has cheated the game, I'll take Hakeem's championships over LeBron's 3.5 championships any day. But anyway, let's check out this clip from Ric Bucher on the Ball podcast.
For whatever reason, we've got Rich Paul and the Clutch Media arm now trying to rewrite history, whether it's through the Mind Game podcast or interviews elsewhere. And I have...
Did you catch that, everybody? LeBron James fanboys, did you catch that? He referred to your King's podcast as the Mind Games podcast. That is the perfect description of what that podcast is for anybody who can't think for themselves. That is the perfect description of that podcast, is the Mind Games podcast, because this is what him and Steve Nash are doing. But anyway, let's continue.
Whether it's through the Mind Game podcast or interviews elsewhere. And I have to ask, why? What's the point? I suspect it's that LeBron and his people recognize that his career is coming to a close and that he has no way of accomplishing anything at this point himself that is going to elevate him over Michael Jordan. So, what do you do when you can't go any higher? You find a way to lower everyone else. And that would explain the campaign to disparage Michael Jordan's competition or talk bad about the Cleveland Cavaliers supporting cast that LeBron led to the 2007 NBA Finals, or most recently undercut Chris Bosh and his contribution to the Miami Heat's 4 trips to the finals and 2 championships. Rich Paul suggesting that the Heat didn't really have a big 3 because Bosh wasn't on that level.
And there you have it, people. Ric Bucher said something that we've all been saying for quite some time. I've only been on YouTube a couple of years now, but even the people who I watched that inspired me to hop on YouTube, you know, like Too Raw for Sports and Dreamers Pro and different independent content creators, we've been saying this, and that is this whole rewriting of the history. It is due to the fact that LeBron James doesn't measure up to the standard. And since LeBron James can't measure up to the standard, he does what all people, well, not all people, he does what people in that position who have no integrity and the need for praise would do. And that is try to bring everyone else down around him. Now, it's bad enough that he tries to bring down the past eras, but it also means diminishing his own teammates to either justify him not winning or to try to make his wins look even more impressive. So again, under no circumstances does LeBron James' teammates get the proper credit, and LeBron James is not one to go out of his way to give his teammates the proper credit. Regardless of what you think about Scottie Pippen, regardless of what you think his role is, if you're one of those people who like to say the ridiculous stuff like, oh, MJ couldn't win without Pippen, even though MJ says it himself, regardless of what you think Scottie Pippen's role is, or if you believe like me that, hey, Scottie Pippen lucked up by ending up on the Chicago Bulls, otherwise we wouldn't be talking about this guy at all. He wouldn't be a top 50 player for sure. Like I said, he'd just be another guy that had some talent that goes by the wayside. But thankfully for him, he ended up on a team with Michael Jordan, someone who was going to push him to his very best self. But again, no matter what you think of Scottie Pippen, you cannot deny that Michael Jordan heaped praise upon this guy. Michael Jordan heaped praise upon this guy. Matter of fact, when Michael Jordan came back from his first retirement from playing baseball, and he was, you know, not himself, and he was getting back in shape, like on I can't remember if it was a post-game interview or, you know, or something else, but Michael Jordan said himself, he was like, I'm not even the best player on my team. Now, I think that was ridiculous, me personally, but again, it just shows you that Michael Jordan went out of his way to heap praise upon his teammates. Yes, he might have been ultra hard on them in practice, but when it comes to the media, Michael Jordan made sure to give praise to his teammates. To me, he went above and beyond to give praise to Scottie. He went above and beyond to give praise to Scottie, which is, you know, makes it even more puzzling. That shows you that Scottie Pippen really has a LeBron James type mentality, because Scottie Pippen just can't accept the fact that he's not on Michael Jordan's level. He wants that so bad. But again, I would argue what Scottie Pippen really wants is the praise that comes along with being that great. That's what Scottie Pippen really wants. That's why Scottie is acting out like a child that's been neglected, like someone who's not getting the recognition. Scottie wants the praise, the same way that LeBron James wants the praise. But here's the difference. Michael Jordan never wanted the praise. Michael Jordan didn't play for the praise. He didn't play for the stats. He played because he loved the game and he loved competing. He was a fierce competitor. And this is what people like Scottie, like LeBron James, fail to understand, is that when you play the game for the right reasons in the right way, you will get the thing that ironically is not your priority. But when that thing becomes your priority, when the wrong thing becomes your priority, you will never get it. Michael Jordan said this. Michael Jordan said so many insightful things that, if you just listen to Michael Jordan talk and LeBron James talk, if you never ever see them play basketball and you just listen to a bunch of Michael Jordan interviews and a bunch of LeBron James interviews, you will be able to tell who was better at basketball. Just by the way they talk. So I believe this was also on the Oprah Winfrey Show when Michael Jordan said, if you chase something, a lot of times you never get it. But if you just put in the hard work, those things are bestowed upon you. So this is the same thing of what I'm talking about. When you are doing something for the wrong reasons, if you are chasing praise, if you are chasing trying to be the GOAT, you're never gonna get it. However, if you are playing basketball for the love of basketball, and if you're playing basketball for the love of basketball, that means you're going to be true to the game. That means you truly will not cheat the game. Those other things are more likely to happen for you. But let's play this part from Rick again. Let's play this again.
What do you do when you can't go any higher? You find a way to lower everyone else. And that would explain the campaign to disparage Michael Jordan's competition or talk bad about the Cleveland Cavaliers supporting cast that LeBron led to the 2007 NBA Finals, or most recently undercut Chris Bosh and his contribution to the Miami Heat's
This is what's happening, people. LeBron James fanboys, this is what has been happening your King's whole career. Like I said, you can go back to previous eras, and there have always been comparison between players. There have always been comparison between players. You can go back through the eras, and superstars have always been criticized. But somehow we get to the LeBron James era, and now criticism is too much. Now criticism is deemed hating. And now LeBron James gets to say in one breath, respect all eras, because what he really wants is praise for his era. But let's be even more clear about that. What he really wants is praise for himself. Because I guarantee you, LeBron James does not care about this era except for how it relates to him. Everything LeBron James does is self-serving. LeBron James doesn't care about this era. LeBron James doesn't care about the players in this era. He doesn't care about Steph and Kevin Durant and all these other players. He could care less. He only cares about praise for the era as it pertains to his own greatness. He didn't even attend D. Wade's Hall of Fame induction, the guy that actually helped him win a championship. And now he allows Rich Paul to go and try and diminish Chris Bosh's role in the Miami Heat. The two other superstars that he recruited to help him do something he could not do. He couldn't stick it out. He couldn't be a better leader to get the most out of his teammates. And he has the nerve to, because he hasn't, again, LeBron James, the guy who seems to becoming unhinged nowadays, who has to respond to everything and everybody. No word from him trying to say trying to defend Chris Bosh and say, hey, well, Rich Paul went too far with that. Chris Bosh was a very important piece of this team. No word from LeBron James. Just like he says, it's his job to protect the players in the NBA. Well, where was that protection for Russ, your teammate? For your super duper team that you did put together, but according to Rich Paul and Unclutched Sports Logic, it failed. So it wasn't a super duper team. How can you call something a super team if it failed? Yeah, I don't know what more to say. I think it's all been said. But like I said, right now we're just watching the unfolding of the process of the kingdom falling, of the 4 and 6 kingdom falling. And Ric Bucher he seems to be unfiltered right now and unapologetic about calling this out. So I look forward to seeing more from him and hopefully more people telling how they really feel about the Duck. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What did you think about what Ric Bucher had to say about the fact that, hey, they're trying to rewrite history because LeBron James is getting ready to retire and he knows there's nothing he can do to catch Michael Jordan. Fanboys, how do you guys feel about that? We would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.